Hello everyone, welcome back to another Blender tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be making dice, like the one that you see on screen here. It's a pretty simple tutorial. We use a boolean modifier. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So we'll just close out of that, go into our scene, and I'm just going to delete everything. Okay, now we've got a blank slate to work with. I'm going to add in a cube. Make sure I'm in this viewpoint over here. I forgot what it was called for a second. And let's add in a sphere, UV sphere. Go into the top view and scale this down to however big you want your dots to be. Now make sure you have grid lock on, or this lock or whatever it's called on, and move your sphere up, and then just hold down shift so you have the origin of the sphere above the face of the cube. Now we'll go into the modifiers tab, select boolean, and click on the sphere and hit apply. Now what this will do is this will add a little hole where the sphere used to be. Okay, so now that we've done that dot up there, let's go to the underside where we're going to be doing 6 dots, because that's what the shape of the dice is. Just adjust them so it looks all good. Now you can go ahead and join this mesh, so it's 1. Again, add in a boolean modifier and make your object the sphere. Hit apply and move them out of the way to check that your holes are there. Now click, go into edit mode, click P and buy loose parts, so this will just separate all of them. And now you can delete them except for 1. And now we're going to move on to 4, which is up here. Again, we join them by right clicking on one of them and joining, and add in your boolean modifier. Now that we've done 5, we can move on to 3, which is this one here. Now 3 on most dice, or most die, I'm not sure, they go diagonal. Boolean modifier, object, sphere, apply, check if they're all there. You can just check in edit mode as well. Go into edit mode on there, loose parts, and delete. Now after 3, we have, what's after 3? Well, I think there's only 1 remaining, and that's 2. So 2 again is another diagonal one. Join those 2 meshes, get a boolean modifier, and use sphere. Check it. You have to apply the modifier. Now it should be there, and that's good. That's all of those. Now we can go on, make sure the faces are selected, so we don't want that. So just go ahead, select all the faces except for the dots. This should be relatively easy if you didn't subdivide your cube at the start. And then go and click Control I, and this should select all the pips. I'm not sure what they're called. Now you can go into materials, add 2 new materials, and for the second one hit assign with your thing selected and make this into whatever color you want your pips to be. I'm gonna call them pips, sorry if it's not called that, but okay, so we've got that. Now another thing I just want to do real quick is bevel the edges. Select all the edges and Control B to bevel, and just bevel that out a little bit. That will give it that nice corner. Okay, now we can work on this. I'm just going to make it a yellowish kind of. That's good. Now we can shade smooth. We can work on more of the texture. I'm going to have it less rough and more metallic. And the pips, color. I'm going to have more rough. Okay, now we can move this up, turn off the magnet, and let's make a bunch of them. Okay. Now for this one, add another rigid body. Make sure this is active. You can make it heavier or lighter. I'm going to make it quite light. And box. This will just make rendering time a lot faster. So for your plane, you want to scale that up a bit. Add in a rigid body. Change the type to passive. And that should be good. Now if you play, the cube should fall down. Not sure why it's a bit above there, but now what we can do is we can duplicate this cube or dice a few times. Select all of them, move it up, and rotate that into some weird shapes. Okay, now once we play this, they should all fall down like that, and it'll make something that looks pretty cool. Now for the plane texture, I'm just going to have a nice crimson red. Just turn down the roughness, very shiny, that looks good. So I went ahead and rendered it, and I added the dice up here and removed the box thing. So this is our final product here. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, like. If you didn't, don't like it. I've been Kaleidoscope, and thank you for watching.